You wanted to get back to Kingman. I'm recording now. Okay, so what else did you want to share?
I got an idea to build a minimum security prison for prisoners there in Kingman. There was some property
Okay.
that it could be built on that the county owned.
Okay.
And so I drew up some preliminary plans, and I had an architect friend that was interested in solar. He had done some little bit with solar.
Okay.
So he put them to scale for me, and I presented them to the county to build a minimum security prison. And I got a grant for the laborers, a Pell Grant or whatever they call it at the time. I wrote a grant and got it to pay the laborers for all the work to build it and help pay for the material.
Okay.
And it was a 70-bed prison, and it had solar on the roof and a solar greenhouse in front and a thermal stove and a wind-powered generator. There was a man in Kingman that built wind-powered generators and got him to build one for it. And so it had such high profile that it drew the attention of the governor, Governor Babbitt,
Okay.
who later ran for president. Or no, he was on something. What was it? He was on Clinton's Secretary of Interior, I think.
Okay, President Clinton. Okay, I got to look that one up. Now,
anyway,
I have to follow up on this. It's not every day that someone says, "I want to build a prison or a minimum security prison in my county." Why did this idea come to you? Why?
I don't know. I wanted to do something with solar.
Okay.
And I thought, well, there's always a need for more prison because they had said the prisons were overcrowded and they had to go to San Quentin.
So Arizona prisoners were being shipped to California. Interesting.
Or wherever. They had some prison there, but
Okay.
they were overcrowded. I read where they were overcrowded. That's where I got the idea.
Okay, so that prison was going to be a predominantly solar-powered prison. Is it still there?
I don't know. It was still there after I moved to Flagstaff because some reporter called me and had me give him the whole story all over again because he had heard about it and he wanted a story on it.
And I
So
guess
it's still there later.
Okay.
I don't know.
Minimum security, and the idea is you're not going to have dangerous people in your backyard. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they would grow their own food in the greenhouse.
Okay.
Most of it, a lot of it. And all their energy would be provided, so there wouldn't be all those extra costs. And it was just kind of and Governor Babbitt was very taken with it. And so he called me down there and he put me on a commission. I was on a commission for building standards for the state that the county building departments would go by on how to build energy standards that they would allow for permits, and everything. And so it had to be written up in a way that they could understand it. I was on this board for the building standards with engineers and architects, and I was the only layman, and they would write all this stuff up. And I said, they can't understand this. This is just too complicated. You've got to write it up more in layman's language, so that the building people can understand it. And the governor came in and heard me say that. And he said, Twila's right. He said, you go back to the drawing board and you make this simpler. So anyway, and if I saw him in the elevator at the Capitol building, he would say, hi, Twila, how you doing? And he had a party for people that were on all the commissions, and so on, that he had appointed. And I had a Grecian gown on, and he said, Twila, you're looking absolutely ravishing tonight. That's the governor telling me that.
How did the husband feel?
So I was on a first name basis with him.
That's so cool. So there it is. We talked about the senator, the state legislator that turned into a Supreme Court justice, and now the governor. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you taking me down that pathway.